Went top four in my locals. It was like 4 rounds. I had two draws, unfortunately. But if time wasn't a factor, I probably would have won one of those games. But hey, draw's a draw. We still topped. We still got our packs. I was playing Sky Strikers, and let's get to it. So very basic, triple ray, double rose. I play double rose in my deck because if you play one rose and it gets banished, or if your opponent's playing like Malice or Branded and they banish it, you can't really do anything with zero anymore, and there's no way of you getting your banished cards back into your grave or your hand. So that's why I play double rose. If we draw into it, it's a two cards starter. If we don't draw into it, then hey, that's perfect. It's in the deck to be summoned by Rose. So I play not Rose, zero. So I play two Rose, and that's all the Sky Striker monsters in the main deck. Hand traps, just three Ash, one Bell. Ash is good. Going first, you don't really need it because if you get Perulia'd, all you have to do is just normal summon Link. If you open a spell, then you're just off to the races anyway. You get the one draw. If you get Fualos and you have Ray or Rose and Linkage, you just go into zero, give them one draw, go search for Engage, or if you have Engage in hand, search for another card. And minimum, you're giving your opponent just one card, either way. So now, if they have two, then it's whatever. Then I'll ash the Fualos if I have it in hand, and if they just so happen to have Perulia, then it's whatever. But again, minimum, you're giving your opponent one draw, and it doesn't really matter because after your first summon from the extra deck, if you go into zero, like right after, depending on your hand, you're just drawing cards, setting and passing anyway. So that's it for the monsters. Total 9 in the main deck. Now, the rest of the deck is just straight up spells. Triple Widow Anchor, triple Linkage, triple Engage, double Lemnis Gates. I play two Lemnis Gates. The reason being is it's a quick play spell, so it's discardable off of Radiance. Also, if you use it and bounce, it's just in your grave to use for a Link summon if you end up specialing a Sky Striker monster, Ace monster. The only issue with that is there's no way, again, with Rose, if it gets banished, there's no way of getting it back. And this is too good of a card to not have that too. You can discard it off Radiance, so now you have one in the grave to link summon because both effects aren't. You can use both effects in one turn. You can search this last, and then you have this set, and you can activate Lemnis Gate and target however many Sky Striker spells, including this, because it's not name specific. You could target this as well in the monster, shuffle them back, and you have it to search or draw into or add back to your hand next turn. Meaning, this will resolve. You shuffle this one back. You go into your next turn. Say you search it or draw into it. You have Lemnis Gate to do the same. Fill your graveyard with ace monsters. Then, if your opponent has a board, Lemnis Gate, shuffle it back. It recycles itself. So I see a lot of decks that play one of Lemon Escape, but I feel like you need to play two. It's too good of a card. It's too good. It's too good to have the ability to semi infinitely damn near well infinitely recur your spells and Sky Striker monsters. Too good of a card, I believe. And for the one of Sky Striker cards, we do play drones, shark cannon, because our opponents love doing stuff in their graves. One ego booster. Ego booster is nice because it forces your opponent to either respond to it or out the card you're attempting to target with this, meaning they have to waste more resources to stop you from getting advantage just from the ego booster. And area zero, if you have area zero and like fallen in hand, you could just area zero, set a card, go search. If it gets negated, it gets negated. Then you could just go fallen, or you could go linkage, send this to the grave, get your monster out, pop this with the fallen, and if this gets sent to the graveyard by a card effect, it just has to be sent by a card effect. Then you could special summon Ray effect, Zero, or whatever Sky Striker you want, and continue playing. So that's why I play Area Zero. The field spell's pretty good. Uh, Sky Striker's triple fallen. It's a free pop. Might as well triple droplet. It's pretty good. It's droplet, non-targeting negate, triple upstart because why not? I was thinking of playing Sandwich Day, but Sandwich Day is kind of I don't want to pay life points, right? And you need to have a monster in your graveyard. So if you open nothing but spells, then in order for Sandwich Day to be live, you would have to link off whatever monster you have, if you have linkage or what have you. And again, if you got Fualos or Perulia, then you're just forcing yourself to link off and give them another draw if it's a Fualos, just to have Sandwich Day live. So Upstart is just better. You just draw. I know Sandwich Day is a pot of greed with the cost of you needing to have a monster in your grave, but again, we play a little bit of monsters which are light and dark, and usually the first Sky Striker you want to go into if you're going first is Zero, which is a dark. So even if you have Sandwich Day and you put a monster in grave, the likelihood of again drawing a monster is slim. But lo and behold, watch you draw a light, and you just have to discard a card. So Sandwich Day, not really that big of a fan. And of course, Triple Radiant and an MST. MST, all quick plays, draw step, draw two, or search for MST. It's such a good card. It's a quick play spell. More than half your deck can be discarded off this, so you could just draw into multiples. Like in the draw step, today I activated Radiance pretty much almost every game. About 3 out of the 4 games, I opened a Radiant going first and or second, and I had either a Fallen or a Droplet, and I always discarded the Fallen or the Droplet because again I played 3 of them, and I wasn't really in the mood or wanted to be in a position where I discarded a Striker card, and that would be a card I needed later for the turn. But I searched MST once with this, and that's only because I activated Radiant. I drew into something and I saw a second Radiant, so I'm like, yeah, let me search for MST. And then the second time I Radiant, drew into a Radiant, was one of the 2 cards, and just discarded the Radiant. And the final spells, the one-ofs, we have one Rhoda. It's an Ash Bait, starter, raid, crossout designator. If we see it going first, we see it. If we don't, it's whatever. It's a card we side out. If we, it's the game we go into game 2, and we're going second. Called by, always in the main deck. Why not? And triple tactics talent. Talent is really good. I talent someone once. I saw this card once. No, I saw this card once, and it wasn't live because my opponent didn't have any hand traps in their hands when I was playing my turn. So it's just there, but I mean, yeah, it's whatever. 40 cards. Now for the extra deck. Extra deck, unfortunately, we played 2 Albion. We took the third one out because, well, for one, we don't play Ecclesia. We don't have Ecclesia yet. And 2, I know I only have 2 Albions, but 3 quick plays of Fallen the Virtuous. So if I see a Fallen in the Virtuous, and I'm going first, and I don't need to use it on my own cards to like dodge an Imperm or pop the field spell, then I'll just discard the Fallen for the Radiance after I draw 2. But yeah, 2 Albions. The Sky Striker cards, one Amatsu. Amatsu is really good. It's another name you can link into. It's a dark, and it's a on the board monsters with attacks higher than 2,000. You can make the effect to pop a link monster, Sky Striker link monster you control. Your opponent controls. And in the battle phase, it has it could pop. I can target a Sky Striker Ace card I control and a monster my opponent controls and pop them both when it attacks. So again, just there for the additional name. One Shizuku. I was playing 2 Shizuku, because I was going into the deck a lot prior the support cards. I was testing it out before putting Amatsu in. Double Shizuku is nice because again, it's a water, it's another name, and during the end phase after it's summoned, you can add a Sky Striker spell that's not in your grave already, and then if you have a, you go to your second turn, you just go into another one, or you linkage into that one, and then during your opponent's end phase, you do it again. But I just took it out for Amatsu because again, another Link one is just good, easy to fill your grave. Just link, 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 link off. And if you steal your opponent's monster, they're playing a light or a dark, you just link this and the other off for Azalea. Okagari is going to run this at 2 and just keep the Shizukus at 2 and make the Matsu a Kagari. But 3 Kagari is too good. The attack boost is good. The recursion from the graveyard is just too good. So I kept her at 3. Double zero, you don't need 3-0. 2-0 is enough. You recur your ace monsters in your graveyards, you add them back, and whenever you land this gate, you always return a 0. And again, the 0 is just a free pop, a free search on summon. So another Ashable, Imperm, Veiler Bait card on field. And if you have linkage, it's just that much better to dodge any targeting card effects. And it's a non-target card destruction. Let me do this. Okay, so these are the link 1s, link 2s, 0-0. We have one Zeke. I use Zeke once today, but it's there for it's just good for the banish. One Camellia. Camellia is so good. 2 basic effect monsters. You link her off when she's sent to the grave. You could target a monster your opponent controls, send it to the grave, and special this to your opponent's field. And during the end phase, this comes back to your field. During the end phase, she gets sent back to your field, and if she does, then she sends the monster that you targeted on your opponent's field to the graveyard. Which is so nice. And again, she's a generic link 2. Azalea is an unsummon pop if you have 3 or more spells. Well, if you have 3 or less, she'll send herself to the graveyard, but if you have more than 3, then she's just on the field pop, and during the battle phase, start a damage step. When you attack, you can pop, target excuse me, you can target a card on the field. No, it doesn't target. On the summon, it targets and pops. And when it battles an opponent's monster, you can banish a spell in your grave. And if you do, destroy that opponent's monster at the start of damage step. And I didn't go into this, but Exciton Knight, if your opponent just has a board and you have 0 or 2 monsters on the field, you just, overlay into Exciton and, board wipe. If they have more cards than you, which usually is the case, can be the case if you already went through your back row or your back throw got wiped. And I went into this once, Typhon, but it didn't really do much. I went into Typhon, and my opponent went into Typhon. They couldn't kill me, so we had to go to game 3. But Typhon's there if you're not locked, as additional coverage per se, and the monster bounce. But I went into this once. I went into all of these many times. I limit gated for my maximum. The maximum amount of monsters and spells I shuffle back together with Limnus Gate would have to be 10. Because again, I wanted to keep an engage and array in graveyard. Engage so Kagari can grab that engage. And array in grave just in case, a link gets destroyed, it's still in the grave for me to special it, then use the effect of link. But maximum 10. So I bounce a maximum of 3 cards total in all my matches. Well, in the final match in round 3. That's all of these. And for the side deck, we play triple heat wave. If you know you're going first, I put this in. It's a spell, stops your opponents from playing. Double dimensional fissure. Didn't play any yummy today. Didn't play any decks. Well, I played one deck that relied on the graveyard Mermail, but I didn't see this going first because I kind of blew them. They kind of scooped after they what did they do? They minstrel saw my hand. I have Rhoda, Ray, Droplet, Harpy's Feather Duster, and another spell card. And I got hand ripped once by that minstrel, hand ripped twice. Two more cards discarded by Moulin Glaciers. But the two cards I had in hand left were the Ray that got added back, a Rhoda, and I believe it was another spell that didn't really matter. But they just scooped after I drew, and then I engaged. They didn't have a hand. They just had monsters on board, and they were just like, "You got it, man." Speaking of Duster, one Duster, double Lightning Storm. Again, the mirror match or any other opponents. We don't like back row. We don't like monsters. We want to swing for game or control the game state. One Hemp. Kaijus. It's a Kaiju. A searchable Kaiju. One Nib, because again, Rogue, Mermail. This would have came up in Mermail. We only got to game two because game one I went first and I had engage, engage, engage. Game two, I didn't know what he was playing, so I didn't side the Nibiru. That's when I got hand ripped for three. But again, I had a starter in hand, and he didn't really have any things to stop me, so he just scooped, and I had it. But Nibiru again for decks like that and Rogue, double Droll because why not? Droll's still really good. Radiant Typhoon, any card that adds the mirror. One Judgment. I saw Judgment once, used it once, and I still lost that game. But it's there just for back row hate. One Different Dimension Ground. It's good. If we draw into it, we draw into it. And one Triple Tactics Thrust. I was playing two, but I felt like Thrust at two would be is decent. But if I'm going first, right, and I hit them with Thrust, Thrust is only searching for this, and that's it. So I don't really see Thrust needing to be at two in the side. One is fine because I'm drawing into one of these. If I'm going first and I have Radiant Typhoon, Radiant, then I'm drawing into something. If I'm going second and I have Radiant, I'm drawing into something. So that was pretty much it. My matches were round one was against Makonko, and that was pretty simple. Just droplet their monster, get rid of their equip spells, and it was just GG from there. After that, it was just what was the second? The second one I played against Radiant Typhoon Runic, and that was one of the games I drew in. The first game I got it. The second game, no, the first game he got it. The second game, it was just infinite recursion. I just had infinite recursion. I had my double Landness gates. I was down to the second game. I was down to like 8 cards in my deck, but then I Landness gate and it resolved, and I chose like 10 or 12. Maybe the maximum amount I shuffled back was 12 because I was just burning through my spells and monsters just to dodge his quick plays and his runic quick plays and his radiant typhoon spells. So that was going on for a bit. We just went game two and game three. I think I drilled him. Yeah, I drilled him game three, and then I started playing. I was going off, and then time was called, so that was a draw. My third game was the Mermails again. Game one, I went first. He Fuwalos me. No, he Perulia'd me. I ashed that, then he Fuwalos me. I let it resolve. Then I went Radiance. I drew two, discarded one. I let him draw one because, of course, I had Ray. I went into zero, zero at engage. I added cards. He looked at his hand. I set five and I passed. And he's like, you got it. Then we went to game two. Game two, he went first, and that's when I got Minstreled for my Ray. He saw my hand, and I got Woolen and Glaciate for two random cards. It was a droplet and another spell, so I only had two cards in hand. And he ended on some stuff, and he passed. I got my Ray back, and then I just start playing. He didn't have any cards in hand because he pretty much played out his hand, had a full board, but well, he had the sea serpent that he could special, discard, special, and on summon he could bounce or pop a card. The new, well, not new, but recently new sea serpent monster that you can play, the level 7. I think it's a level 7. But it summons, then you can send one from deck to grave. I don't know. That's what happened, and he just scooped. I got that match 3. I got that, and then the fourth match was against Archmage K9, and that was somewhat of a deck. I got to go first. I played it out. I got it. We went to the game 2. It was Archmage K9. He got it. Then we went to game 3. Game 3 in the final match, I probably would have gotten if time wasn't a factor because I was building a board, setting up for the OTK. I gave him 2,000 life points with both my upstart goblins. I popped his field spell. He didn't have Die Contrast or whatever on the field. He only had one monster and one card in hand, and I was just about to. What I was planning to do was swing, get some damage in, swing, pass. I had 3 cards set, but time was called, and that was a draw, unfortunately. So 2-2-0, 2 draws, 2 wins. But this deck is so much fun. I love Sky Striker. It's such a good deck. It can be grindy, but again, that's the whole reason why I have a double Lamnus Gates, so I can continue to grind with this deck. And I'll just show you like a sample hand, right? Just a quick sample hand. We'll have cut 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Watch we break. And with the sample hand, just look at that. If we're going second, then it's kind of meh. Let's see what we draw. If we're going second, oh, Ash is there. But if we're going first, Radiance in the draw step. We draw Ash. We draw Linkage. Um, we discard Fallen. Or if you want to be sly, right? We go, well, yeah, we do that in draw step because I mean, Droll is still a factor. So at least we get 2 cards in hand. We discard Fallen. We go main phase. Main phase, we either go Ray first or Rhoda. So first, I mean, what's more likely to be hit with that? Rhoda or Ray? Rhoda is more for Droll. Ray is more for debate. So we normal Ray first. We go Ray effect, and of course we're gonna go into zero. Zero effect on summon to add, and if they have like an Imperm or Veiler, we open linkage, chain linkage to link summon, and we send, so it doesn't get negated. Or if they have like an Ash, right? Then that's completely fine. We'll go Rhoda. We'll add a Rose to hand. Nothing on res because they wouldn't have Ash if they had Droll, more than likely. But since our opponent hit us with the whatever hand trap, if it was a monster, right? If it was a targeting hand trap, then I would have just linkaged. But if it was like an Ash, again, talent, look at your hand. Let me see what you're playing. Okay, you're playing that. Awesome, cool. So now they're down 1 card. You know what's in their hand. We have Ash and a linkage. What I would consider doing is probably just setting linkage and passing turn. because we shuffle the card back from their hand. We know what they're playing. And again, this is if they hit you with like an ash or anything. Now, let's say that our opponent, we go into zero still, right? But our opponent hits us with an Imperm or a Veiler, or even a Ghost Sister or whatever. We chain linkage. If they have no response, like a Dominus or anything, we send that. And what we can go into is a Amatsu. That Amatsu will be boosted. We resolve the add off zero. We get engage. Now we activate engage. Engage will add us what I like to search for first. People say, well, in videos, people say you search for this last, but first I always search off Lemnis Gate. Because with Lemnis Gate, at this point, when this leaves, I'll have 4 cards, 2, 4, 5, 6. I'll have 6 cards, so that's 2 bounces already when I link this up. So I'll link this if they have nothing for Kagadi. Kagadi, of course, target engage, activate engage. And again, depending on what's in my hand, we'll just go and we'll grab a Widowmaker. And I probably, before I linked off, I should have Rhoda first, because with Rhoda, that limits the chances of me drawing a monster. That's a Sky Striker, but oh well, it happens. Then I'll draw. We drew a Droplet. Hey, would you look at that? Activate Rhoda. Rhoda will grab Rose to chain block on summon, just in case, if we do anything or not. If I had another linkage or grab back linkage. So this is my hand, and again, if my opponent like Veilered me or anything like that, I still have tactics in hand I can activate, right? So I can either draw 2 or look at their hand. So again, this is still under like Fualos or whatever. So my opponent would have drawn 1, 2, 3 cards. Unfortunately, but if they have nothing, tactics. Let me look at your hand, because I've drawn how many disruptions? 1, 2, 3, 4. Look at your hand, shuffle that back. Awesome. And 5 if I were to draw into a linkage. But I did not. So again, set 1, set 2, set 3. And do I want my opponent to draw more cards? Yes or no? Probably not, since I already know what's in their hand. So I would just pass my turn. And, they draw, they go, they have anything. Nope, nope, nope. All right. I can just go Widow Anchor, and I have 4 spells. Take their monster. When I take their monster, if they have anything else, they're like, oh, you have a monster, you can't do anything. Your Sky Striker spells won't do anything. Cool. Droplet, send their monster to the grave, negate whatever they have on the field. And after that, if they try and build a board, hit them at a crucial moment, just activate Lemnis Gate, and you have, again, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Because again, we want to keep Ray in the graveyard. And engage, because again, Kagadi can add this back when we link off again. So we'll just choose these 4. Shuffle Amatsu, 0, Anchor, Linkage. So that's just 1 bounce. We'll bounce whatever is the most crucial piece on their board. And if they have anything else, we drew into an Ash. Lastly, do the monster effect, Ash in hand to negate. And that's it. And then we pass. They draw. We draw. Oh, look, linkage. Awesome. Link. You can just do it all again. Link. Amatsu. Then you could go on Amatsu effect. We can activate Rose to special. Then we could go battle phase. Attack when he battles a monster. Target Rose, target their monster to pop. And then we could redeclare an attack because it's on attack deck. We attack them directly for 15. Linkage. We go into 0. We'll go 0 effect. She'll be up 1,000. We'll add linkage back to hand. So that's 15. 45. Linkage. Kagadi, he'll be up 1,000. So effects. Target linkage, add back to hand. So that's 45. He is now at 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. So he's at 32. So 45, 32. Well, 35 plus 32. 7, 3, 6. Yeah, 5, 6, 7. 35, 32, 6, 67. No, 57. 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 30, 32, 30. Hold on, I'm dumb. 3, 45. Yeah, 45, 4, 5, 6, 7, 12. 72. Linkage. And we could go into Hayate or Shizuku. Again, this is where multiple names matter. And you're only doing this. This is also up, so that's 67 plus 6, 7, 8, 9, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 92 directly. Then she'll trigger to send. And again, you're only going to do that if you know you can OTK and go for the kill. Because again, 15, 3,000, 45, 32, 77, plus 7, 8, 9, 10. 10,000 and 200 total. Yeah. But yeah, this deck's fun. I enjoyed it. We'll be playing more of it, but again, that's my take on the deck. And if you're not playing double land this gate, you're wrong. This is too good of a recursion for this deck. Too good.